Hi guys, Kai here and welcome back to the third episode of the FIFA 18 My Player Career, and we're just starting off right now with some training for Kai. We're trying to get him as high rated as possible. We are going to continue training him, even though we are simulating all the training sessions. We are going to continue to do it as long as possible. We are close to hitting 76 overall rating already, which is pretty sweet for saying we're only halfway through September so far. And the first game then in today's episode is an away match for Newcastle United. We're taking on Bournemouth, and I think we're going to use our blue kit. This is, I don't think this is the Premier League. I think this is actually the Carabao Cup. Yeah, this is the League Cup, so hopefully we can get through this one. Obviously it's going to be a competition where we want to progress all the way through to the final. It is the Carabao, so the bigger teams won't be taking it as serious. So there's a possibility that Newcastle can go all the way. We've just got to see though if we can perform and if Kai can put in the performances as well to help the club go as far as possible. But so far it is all Newcastle. But good interception there from Bournemouth back into the possession of the Magpies though. And Bournemouth are going to get this ball clear, or are they? Kai's just wandering out of position right now. Nice play through. He's going to carry on his run. He wanted that ball back in as he ran through, but it didn't come. And that one's fallen to his feet. But there's three defenders around him, unable to get any real contact on that ball. So it just stumbled into the hands of the goalkeeper. But nice to have that first chance. And after that chance, it's been a pretty quiet game for both sides, to be honest. No real team has really wanted to lose this one. Don't want to cause any mistakes for themselves. So that's why it has been pretty quiet at the back for both sides. And we're going to go into extra time as well if it does end it 0-0, which it does. The final whistle blows, so let's jump straight into extra time. And then, of course, if it still is 0-0 after extra time, it will go to a penalty shootout, which we don't want. We've only played penalties in the demo, so we'll have to wait and see how we get on with them. I believe it is a new feature for FIFA 18, sorry, a new way of taking the penalties, and a chance here for Bournemouth, and they take it, and it's the danger man for Bournemouth as well, Jermaine Defoe. Of course, he has always got goals in him, and he gives Bournemouth a 1-goal lead, 96.5 minutes played, and we couldn't score in the first 90 minutes, but as soon as we get into extra time, Bournemouth push forward. Look at that great run there from Defoe. Newcastle defence totally sleeping. Goalkeeper unable to keep it out. And there is Jermaine Defoe. He gives Bournemouth the 1-goal lead in this Carabao Cup. Extra time. And now we need to try and get ourselves back into this game with time running out. Newcastle attacking on that far side. Come on, Kai's in space. We need to give it him. Here he is. He's going to go for the finesse. He does go for the finesse, and it's just over the crossbar. That is probably the chance of the game for Newcastle United. Let's see how close it was. It actually went wide, just wide. I thought it actually went over the crossbar, but it went wide of the goalpost. So still 1-0 to Bournemouth. Not long to play. Still in the first half of extra time. We are pushing forward now. Oh, actually in the second half of extra time, aren't we? Sorry, ignore me. Another shot comes in there from Kai. This one did take a deflection though, so it's going to go over the crossbar, out for a corner. The attack is still on here for Newcastle. Give it to Kai. He's in so much space. Look at him. And is he going to go for another long range shot? No, he turns back, tries to hold up the ball, and he just loses it. Nobody really running to any decent area to support him. And Bournemouth are going all the way through. It's Joshua King to make it 2. The goalkeeper gets his hands to it. Great play there from the goalkeeper. Bournemouth really should be 2-0 up now. Bournemouth, I think they're going to have enough here to get themselves into the next round. That one's punched away. One last chance here for Newcastle. It's Kai in possession, waiting for the support. He gets it. He's going to ask for it back. And has he got enough pace? Remember, the stats are not that great right now, so he doesn't have a lot of pace on him. And he just loses it just like that. Really, really bad play there from Kai. Remember, he is only new to the Newcastle United side, so he's still warming up, trying to get used to the team. And we're still trying to build his stats up as well, which is one of the main reasons why we are going to continue training him to get him high rated as possible. Bournemouth just wasting a little extra time there at the back. They do get the victory then. Newcastle are out of the Carabao Cup. That's not what we wanted. We wanted to try and get as far as possible in this competition. but obviously it wasn't going well for us, so we are out. And Kai finishes the game with a 7.1 final match rating, so not the worst performance from Kai, especially as he is new to the Newcastle side. But let's try and get ourselves back to winning ways after that disappointment against Bournemouth. This one is against Brighton and the Hove Albion, so we are staying down south. And there is Andy Carroll. He made the change from West Ham United, of course. Bit of a surprise transfer there, and only a good move for Brighton. The sun is shining in this one. Can we get ourselves back to winning ways after losing in midweek against Bournemouth? We want to try and get Kai another goal as well. He's already got one. We want another. Ball over the top. Newcastle on the early attack, but headed away. It is going to be an early throw-in then for Newcastle. 3 minutes in. Kai is asking for it. Gets it just outside the Brighton area. Plays it out wide. Needs to run back in the middle there. Oh, good interception there from Brighton. That one is going to go out of play. But good attacking play. Didn't quite come to anything. So 20 minutes in now. Still 0-0. It is Brighton pushing forward. Nicely played. Defenders need to get this one clear, which they do. That one goes out for a Brighton throw. Kai not having the best of games so far. He's only got a 6 rating in the first 25 minutes. As that shot comes in, the little dinked header almost got over the goalkeeper, but thankfully he was wide awake for that one and just tips it over. There's a quick replay. Was it going to dink in? I think it was just going to dip in there at the end. But thankfully the goalkeeper tips it over. So corner it is to Brighton. Corner comes in and a shot just wide. That one really should have gone on target from Duffy. But thankfully for Newcastle, he heads it wide of the Newcastle goal. Brighton in possession yet again. I've got to say they are looking the most likely to get the first goal in this game. Newcastle not having the best of games after that disappointment in midweek. But here is Kai. Plays it more centrally. He's going to carry on his run. Gets the ball. Nice vision there. Good pass and a terrible effort. Who was that? That was a horrible effort there from Christian Atsu. Should have got that one on target. Rafa Benitez not happy either. But great vision. Great little through ball play from Kai. But unable Newcastle to finish it off. So the score remains 0-0. We are into the second half now. And again, it is Brighton and Hove Albion who are pushing forward with the good possession play. And Kai just totally got done there. And Newcastle unable to get... Look at his defending. Horrible defending. The shot hit the post. Rebounded out to the other player in the Brighton shirt. And it goes straight into an empty goal to give Brighton a 1-goal lead early on in this second half. And look at this terrible defending from Newcastle. Just boot it away. And then, of course, a little bit of luck. The rebounds always fall to the opposition's player, of course. And it is Schaub who scores his second goal in the Premier League this season. So is this going to be 2 losses in a row here for Newcastle United? Losing against Bournemouth, and now it looks like we're going to be losing against Brighton. And what was that? That is a terrible effort again. And we just need to practice our finishing, I think. We're really struggling. Maybe we should have changed or started this career as a striker, because Newcastle are really struggling to score goals. But we will be covering another game before this video ends, and hopefully we can grab a goal or 2 in that one. It is going to be a big one. It's against Liverpool in our next match. So again, could be 3 losses in a row. It's going to be the hardest of the 3 we're playing. But you never know. With it being the Premier League and Newcastle not in the best of forms, Liverpool always seem to drop points against the lower clubs. So we'll wait and see how we get on. But the final whistle blows in this one. We do fall to a second successive defeat. Kai with a little better performance than he did against Bournemouth, finishing the game with a 7.3 rating. And somehow he has been chosen for the coming friendlies for England, which is nice to see. But I guess it's a bit too early to be thinking about playing for England. We shouldn't have really been chosen for this squad. We've not really put in any decent performances to speak of to warrant getting called up by Gareth Southgate. But we'll take it. I don't mind playing for England. Get a couple of games at Wembley Stadium, of course, to get our England debut. And it is World Cup year as well, of course, isn't it? At the end of the season. So we'll see how we get on in that. Well, let's go into the third and final game in today's episode. We are at home in front of the home fans. This is where we like to play. And Newcastle and Liverpool is always a great game to watch as well. There always seems to be plenty of goals in this tie. And hopefully there's going to be some goals for Newcastle. We're struggling to score right now, so that is our main issue. We need to score. And Hopefully stop conceding these 1 goals, because that is what's killing us. We conceded 1 against Bournemouth, conceded 1 against Brighton, and we've failed to score in both. But here is Kai, a little bit of a gap in the middle, but he hasn't got the pace to charge his way all the way through. And I guess in a couple of seasons' time, when his stats have improved, he will be able to push forward and get straight through the defence, no problem. But his speed is not the best right now, so we've got to do some more training and get some achievements unlocked as well as we play these games. And look at that, he's not very strong either. He seems to be losing possession fairly easily when he tries to hold it up. But there is the first goal of the game. A bit of against the run of play, to be fair. 16.5 minutes gone. Newcastle United take the lead, and it is a Jose, or however you pronounce his name. I've got to learn the Newcastle United player names as well. But there is the first goal. We'll take it. Number 17, he gets Newcastle the lead. And poor defending from Liverpool. Look at them, just playing at the back. They lose it just inside their own area, and boom, great finish. Minilay unable to keep that one out. So we'll take that. And Perez with the first goal of the game here at St James's Park, and we're looking good now to push on to try and get a nice 3 points. As I said, Liverpool do like to drop points against the lower clubs for some reason, and they're trailing right now with 20 minutes to play. And Kai on the edge, takes a shot straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Good run though, and just a little bit unlucky with that effort. And we're still leading by 1-0. Here is Kai again, plays onto this near side, but unfortunately his pass was intercepted. And Liverpool have possession. Well played, great vision, great ball. Plays inside there for Daniel Sturridge, and that one goes into the back of the net. Great assist there from Mane. He played it inside, look at that beautiful ball. But he got past the defender, near post. Daniel Sturridge levels things up for Liverpool. It's now 1-1 with less than 15 minutes to go. It's Sturridge's 2nd goal of the Premier League season. We're actually into the final 8 minutes now. Still 1-1 here at St James's Park. Is there going to be a winner? Who is going to find that winner? It's Newcastle in possession. Hopefully we can get the winning goal. We don't want to be drawing after 2 defeats. Kai with the effort over the crossbar. It was worth the shot from there. He had a little bit of space. He's got to do better with those long range shots. I think that's what he's going to be known for in the future. But right now, with the low stats, he's got to improve a lot more. Liverpool making a change here. Coutinho's gone off. They're probably playing for the draw now. A draw away from home is not the worst result for Liverpool. 4 minutes remaining. Kai stealing the ball. There's a gap if he finds it. He does play it through. Kai again. There's a run on the far side. He saw it somehow, and it's in. The goalkeeper got to it, but it bounced in off the woodwork, and Newcastle take a surprising 2-1 lead with 2 minutes to play, and we've stolen this one at the very end. Again, poor defending from Liverpool. They gave the ball away. Kai with the assist. Somehow he saw that player running in that far post, and there he is. He scores his 2nd goal of the game. It's his 4th this season, and it could be the Premier League's top scorer, I think. And it looks like we just need to hold on now, and we'll have a nice 3 points against Liverpool. What a result this is for the Magpies. There is the final whistle then. Leave a like if you did like the episode, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you once again for all the support I've had on these new FIFA 18 videos. And I'll see you in the next one.